All right. Play with Matches. We got all kinds of stuff for you guys today. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi. So listen to this, you guys. Listen to this.
I'm just reading this for the first time. This is crazy.
Okay. This guy in
Why is
Texas.
it so big?
Whoops. That's a mistake. Bam.
There we go.
A guy in Texas got killed because he was electrocuted in a hot tub.
That's terrifying.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
At a Mexican resort.
Where?
Okay. Let's see. So since we're going to a Mexican resort
next
in
week.
5 days, I was like, say what? It's at the Hotel Puerto Penasco. Penasco. Okay, but where is that? Graphic video. I'm not watching that, dude.
Hell no.
I am not watching that.
He died as a result of an electrical discharge that went off while they were both in the water. She's said to be in critical condition. That's insane.
Dude.
And then on top of it, so you get electrocuted, you're in critical condition, your husband dies, but then you're in a Mexican hospital too.
That is probably not as bad as you think. Like, they actually don't have terrible healthcare in those areas. And I guarantee you.
Well, we don't know what part of Mexico this is.
I mean, it looks pretty nice, right?
Does it? I don't know.
I can't tell. I don't know, but that is insane. The horrifying footage, there's no way I'm watching that.
I can't believe TMZ is even airing that.
Look at this, dude. Look at them.
Yeah.
That is so awful.
So sad.
Mexican resort hot tub tragedy. Man, that is terrible. What are you doing?
I'm seeing where Puerto Penasco is.
Dude. Man, that is like the worst thing I've ever heard. Well, anyway, so that was the heartwarming story we wanted
how we're
to
gonna
start
open up this
with.
video.
But we have a lot of other stuff to talk about. One thing that we're going to talk about is this.
It's right there.
Okay, so it's not like, not that it has anything to do. It's like, this could never happen.
But it looks like they probably drove there. Maybe, well, actually, maybe not, because they're from El Paso. Never mind, that's a far drive.
It's not relevant.
They were in Arizona.
No,
it's not relevant.
Looked like a nice place.
That's really, really sad.
So we're going to talk about this new Diddy update for sure, with the Tupac story.
There was an update. So
oh, man, I can't wait to tell you.
So excited.
We're going to talk about Rob Kardashian, who says he can't finish anymore. He can't finish because Khloe's asking for his sperm so that he can father her friend's baby, which is insanely bizarre for reasons that we'll talk about. And then this one, I definitely want to talk about this. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, marriage falling apart. And that makes perfect sense because Jennifer Lopez is not hot at all. You know, like,
it's unfortunate for Ben.
Yeah. Oh, poor Ben. Like, look at this. No, you have to be married to her. There has to be something wrong there because she keeps on, like, it just never works. Now, it never works for him either. But I don't know, dude. I'm pretty good at reading people, and she
seems cool.
My read on her is that she's super cool.
She's obviously like a very strong personality.
And she's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, she's a strong Latina woman. But she doesn't scream crazy.
Not at all.
To me.
She just, to me, looks like she wants to be loved.
Yeah.
And she's also very busy.
And I think she's probably, and this is obviously just my feelings of what I am gathering from her, she seems like she might be kind of high maintenance, but she's also a celebrity and worth like an extraordinary amount of money, so you can be as high maintenance as you want when it's your own money and you can do your own thing. But
I'm not convinced that she's super high maintenance with her dudes. I mean,
I'm not saying with her dudes, like with her lifestyle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like when I look at her and I just kind of go, all right, what would she be like to be in a relationship? It's a game I'm really good at.
Yeah.
Like I don't read her like, wow, she's really difficult.
Yeah.
She might just be absolute sheer garbage at picking dudes.
Maybe. Pause it for a second. You have something happening with that eyelash every time you blink.
So we stopped there because Gabrielle said I had something going on with my eyelash.
I thought he had something stuck in his eye.
And as it turns out,
he burst a blood vessel.
I burst a blood vessel. Now, credit where credit's due. What actually happened, because I didn't get, she's like, you have a black eye. I'm like, no, I don't.
It's like I did not get hit in the face.
I didn't get hit in the face. However, what did happen at my training session this morning is I got caught in a triangle while escaping. We were doing a position training where the person starts on your back I basically fancy myself as having spectacular back defense, like if someone's on my back. And I had a white belt on my back. And
you weren't gonna...
he's an advanced white belt, you know. And in the escape, somehow I found myself locked in his triangle. And given that I have never tapped to a white belt,
you were not going to do it
I was
today.
not going to tap.
Okay.
The last time I tapped to a white belt was probably 6 months before I got my blue belt.
Not happening.
No, he's going to have to put me to sleep.
And now
so
you have suffered the repercussions.
I did fight my way out of it. But
with a burst blood vessel.
if he, let's just say this, if he was not a white belt, I would have tapped. It was really
I was
tight.
waiting for that to happen.
It was very tight. But
Wow.
apparently it blew up a blood vessel in my eyelid.
And so...
And that's what
what's
that
happening.
is. And then the end of that story is then we switched top and bottom where I start on his back and man, I made him
But did you
fucking
burst a blood vessel in
suffer.
his eye?
Oh, I don't know, but that was an absolutely miserable 3 minutes for him, dude.
Anyway, sorry.
Miserable.
We
But it was
digress.
a super sick triangle. Like the way he trapped me, and it's very impressive. Anyway, so I blew up my eyelid.
So back to Jen and Ben.
So Jen and Ben, Jennifer Lopez, Jenny from the Block,
Benifer.
Ben. No, I don't. I think they're breaking up, dude.
Well, right now they're Benifer, so
I think they're breaking up. That's what the story is. Like that's. Have you not been paying attention to this?
I know. Have I been paying attention to this?
Wait, where'd that go?
The fact that you have is concerning.
Oh, you didn't know that Jennifer Lopez
No.
and Ben Affleck are splitting up? Okay, so they are. That's why this is a big story. Jennifer Lopez hits Ben's place after graduation, but no sleepover.
No sleepover.
So
Were they married? They were just dating again.
they're married.
Oh,
Yeah, so they, you guys know, there was like Benifer, they were going to get married, and then they ended up not getting married, and then they both like got, dated other people or married other people, had kids, whatever.
She had Mark Anthony's babies.
And then they came back together.
They found each other. And then they did that really funny Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
Which I really liked.
I really liked it too.
The Dunkin' Donuts one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is a train wreck though.
For sure.
He is a
He's an
blackout
alky.
alcoholic.
Yeah.
And
that's got to be miserable. She's probably like, get your shit together.
look at his face right here. And look at the lines in his forehead.
Yeah.
That is a person who is frowning all the time.
Right.
Like that's a person who lives like this.
But he's not frowning.
Dude, he is an unhappy person.
Maybe.
He is.
Okay.
Matt Damon is a happy person.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is a
I love Matt Damon.
tortured soul.
But Matthew McConaughey has like face lines, and I feel like he's a happy person.
He's very happy.
I feel like Matt Damon might just get Botox.
No, he's been together with the same girl for 100 years, I'm saying.
But also he might just get Botox.
Well, he might too.
Because people's faces.
I'm not basing it on the lines on his face, you goof.
Okay.
I'm just saying Matt Damon is like a happy dude.
Okay. Well, I don't think he looks upset in that photo.
Okay, maybe not. But I'm saying that I know
I think
that
he looks
he's
curious.
a tortured soul
Probably.
that drinks like a fish.
He definitely does that. We
Yeah.
know that for a fact.
There are videos of him like just straight up falling over and
And that's got to be really rough.
yeah.
Especially because she has kids,
And she doesn't drink like that.
No. And he has kids with other Jennifer, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Who I like. She's kind of annoying in films, but I think I would like her in person.
See, I think I would like her if we went did
I think she's
dinner parties with her.
Yeah.
I think being in a relationship with her would be
No,
absolute
that would
sheer
she's
torture.
Seems very controlling.
Yes.
Yeah. She's probably a very good mom though.
And she's also, I think, like the kind of person who would be super judgy of her dude. Like,
maybe that's why he drinks so much.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing worse than being together with someone who is constantly
criticizing.
like, yeah, like, and even if they're not doing it, they're thinking it, and you know they're thinking it. Fuck that shit, dude.
No.
I think you're the best person on earth.
Samesies.
Yeah. But honestly, there was a topic I wanted to bring up that was totally unrelated to this that I will bring up now. So,
Okay.
do you think that people can have a good long-term relationship if they have trash sex?
I think that there are different like descriptions or like understandings of what relationships are. I think that there can be married couples who are both happy in a not great sex or sexless marriage because they have such a strong friendship and relationship. It's more like a life partnership, not necessarily a romantic relationship. So in that case, yes. But if either one of the two in the couple is of like a very physical sexual nature and the sex is shit, then no.
Mm-hmm. Because something tells me Jenny from the block is really fun to bang.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that she is probably a very sexual creature.
He doesn't seem like he'd be bad, though. I don't think.
Maybe. I mean,
I
a
don't know.
sloppy ass drunk.
Well, I mean, when you're drunk, like, yeah, sloppy drunk. But, like, I don't know. He seems like a confident dude. That usually translates pretty well.
That always translates well. I
Always.
mean, I think. I mean,
tell us how you know.
Yeah, I think. You would think that it would.
You would think.
Real confidence.
In my experience, it does translate well.
What did you just say?
What? I haven't slept with anybody else except for you my whole life.
Yeah. I would hope that there has never been anyone that's in there that wasn't a confident person, because why would you sleep with them?
Why were they there?
Exactly.
Touche.
Anyway, so like I remember your friend
Okay.
who will, this is like a let's not name people type deal.
I gathered that when you said
Your
friend.
friend who slept with my friend.
Okay.
And we were like, dude, they're pretty cute. And then she was like, he is so fucking boring to bang. And
Wait, now I have had quite a few friends who have slept with your friends.
Name them.
No.
I mean, with hints, you know, like it's
Are
not.
it's a college friend.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I know who it is now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I just remember like being like, oh, so this is never going to work.
Yeah.
That's never going to work.
Well, when you're 24, like, or 23 or however old we were then, that's a different story than when you're, you know,
that's fair.
55 or whatever.
But I remember the same girl, was that the guy she married? I remember the first time she slept with some dude who she ended up dating, she sent like this incredibly graphic description of what it was like to sleep with him. The boat thing and all that. And I was like, whoa.
I don't remember. Probably is who she ended up marrying.
Yeah. It's like
Dignitized? Isn't that the word you like to use?
dignitized is not necessarily like directly related to like, oh, they're going to get married, but it is certainly like something. It's
Let
like
them get away with.
It's breaking. This girl's brain is broken because she got dignitized. But, yeah, I don't know, dude. Like,
I think it really depends on the relationship. Like, one of my friends from high school, her parents had separate beds for like 20 years. They just had a really great partnership. They parented well. They maintained a household well. They were really good friends.
And they never saw other people?
Mm-mm. They actually, oddly, after all the girls were out of the house, they ended up getting a king size bed, and like they sleep in the same bed now, which I think is so cute. But they went like the entire time from me meeting her in middle school through graduating high school.
Dude probably got on TRT after they left.
Nope, he's the same guy. Same, like, I've loved her parents. But I don't know if they would have gotten divorced, and maybe that's just something that neither one of them was going to entertain. They were like, look, we got married, we're staying married, we have kids, like, we're doing this. Mm-hmm. And then they like found their way back to each other, but they never had animosity towards one another. They were always like good friends and just great parents together, really coordinated things well together. They just didn't have that spark.
Dude, if like neither person has like a big sex drive, then that can be
that
easy.
Could work,
You're just like, dude, we don't even need to worry about all that.
And
we don't need to worry about all that. I don't want it.
That?
You don't want it.
That sounds exhausting.
We're good, dude.
Yeah. But if even
relate.
one person in the relationship is the opposite, I don't think it would work out.
They'll end up cheating.
Yeah. Or having like resentment or something.
Resentment.
Yeah.
Then cheat. Then divorce.
Yeah.
That's how that goes. Because if like one of them is like starving all the time.
Well, it's like my other friend whose marriage did fall apart and she did cheat. Friend from the Bay.
Friend from the Bay. Marriage fell apart. She did cheat.
We worked together.
You worked together. Oh, right. Yes, yes, exactly. Yes.
She's a very sexual creature.
And she's
wasn't
like
getting it.
She's a freak. Like, where she wanted someone to like put it on her. Mm-hmm. And so it was like, and man, that situation, that's like it's a perfect
example.
Yeah, because it's like, she wanted it so bad that they were like,
well, hang on. We'll rewind a little bit, because that's how she was always, like, through her, late teens, early 20s. And then she like had this come to Jesus moment with herself where she's like, I need to settle down and find a stable man to marry and be the father of my kids. And so on paper, her now ex-husband, but he checked all the boxes, right?
Yeah.
Stable career. He really loved her. He was going to be a good dad, and just on paper, all the things that she thought that she needed to have in a husband. And she was like, whatever, so what that the sexual chemistry is not there. And then this went on for 7 or 8 years they were together, maybe.
It worked when her kids were young, because she's kind of like dealing with kids.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the kids are even moderately self-sustaining.
As soon as she's done having kids, I think was it. So they had their 2 kids, and then she was done having kids. And yeah, you're right. Kids are going to daycare, going to school. And then she's just suddenly starving for physical attention. Mm-hmm. And they had gone to like sex therapy and marriage counseling and like done all of these things. And she's just like, he's just not ever going to give me what I need. And so she literally like blew up their whole marriage.
That she did. Yeah. I mean, the thing is too, like we were saying, it's like, okay, so what makes either girl or guy good in bed? Confident, confident, regardless of if they're like submissive or dominant, whatever. Confident.
Step one.
So
if a little skill, confidence doesn't take you all the way.
That's a fact. Yeah.
They could be confidently doing something terribly.
They can confidently be like roboting it.
confidently the worst.
Roboting.
Yes.
Roboting. Anyway, but it's like, if a person is already a little shaky in that department, and then the girl is like, you are not doing this correctly.
Yeah.
We need to go to therapy. And then she tells the doc, it's like, he just doesn't know how to do it for me.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to get me off. He doesn't whatever. And the guy's just sitting there and it's like, well, tell him what you want. She's like, I want you to fuck me. Like,
basically,
I want you to like put my face in the pillow and just take it from me. Like, He's like, well, I don't want to make you feel like that. She's like, no, I want you to make me feel like that. So then, as soon as you get into the room, now he's like, he's still very unconfident, probably less confident, and he's trying to do some other weird thing that comes totally unnatural to him.
Yeah. And then thinking like, is this right? Is this right?
Exactly.
Am I doing it right?
The exact opposite of what she wants.
Yes.
Now, I will say in that particular situation, as we were aware, I said, okay, if I'm like an outside observer, I am an outside observer. She is literally like just like going after weird shit, whatever. And I'm like, okay, they're married. They have kids. They live in a house. She has all of that.
Are you saying your solution would have been?
I was like, why doesn't she just get a side piece, dude? He does. And like, he does not want to split up. He would rather, if he didn't know about it, I bet you he would rather that stay together and just not know.
Maybe.
But that shit doesn't really work for girls, I don't think, very often. Like,
I don't think it really works for anyone. I know that you like to think that men are
I don't think actually you're right. I don't think it would work for a dude if the reason he has a side piece is because he's completely sexually unsatisfied at home. Yeah. He's not going to stay, like, that connection's going to get
But like,
broken.
Yeah, and then we like watched her blow up her marriage and then subsequently like the rest of her life.
Remember, she was sabotaging it on purpose. And remember, you were like, dude.
Stop. Yeah.
Just stop like doing what you're doing.
Emails back and forth. I'm
leaving them there. You're all delete that and just never see him ever again.
Yeah. It was crazy. I'm like, do you want to get caught? Like, this is what you want. Like, you are actively taking measures to blow up your life. And so I literally told her, I'm like, look, you have 2 choices. You can either like, because she had an affair. I'm like, you can either like bury this whole thing and literally never talk about it again and just like live with that. Or you can do what you're continuing to do and have him find out and blow up your life. And then I think she eventually like told him.
She did.
Because that's thing that we talk about that sometimes too. Not that we're either one of us is condoning like cheating or anything like that. Like, don't do that. But accidents happen with people. Like we've seen it happen in other relationships and, you know, our friends' relationships. And it's like people have this guilt when they feel like they need to come clean in order to absolve themselves and make everything right. When in reality, like I think you always say it best, is your guilt, your penance is to sit in that.
Correct.
And live with that guilt and keep it away from your partner if you want to stay in that relationship and save that relationship. It's and I agree with it. I do. Like,
Yeah.
don't ever do it because I'd kill you. But
No, but I'm saying it's like, because it comes down to like, people have to be realistic about like, you can't go backwards. You did this thing. Okay. You have two types of people that have done that, you know, right? And it's like three. One that like is actually trying to pursue some kind of thing with someone out there, and then that's that's a whole different. That's a whole different.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about like a
right.
one night you slipped and fell.
Someone would like. Some people think, who gives a shit? Like I'm like whatever. I was in Vegas, and so whatever, and they don't feel guilty about it, and they're like, I'm never going to tell them, and that's one thing. But the people who feel guilty, and they're like, man, I just like I can't live with this. I have to tell them. You selfish fuck. Don't tell them. If you feel guilty, right? Because you can't do anything about the person who doesn't feel guilty and they just think it's no big deal. There's no conversation to have there. Yeah. Like they are already not going to tell. But the person who feels guilty, it's like, dude, you don't get to just get this off your chest, because what you've done is you've transferred your guilt into horrifying pain for your spouse. It's like, your guilt is your punishment.
Well, what you do is you also put your partner in a position where they're forced to reconcile. Like, am I staying with this person who I know betrayed me? And like, is that taking a piece of me? Am I littling myself in that regard? Or do you go stand strong and blow up your life and your relationship? I mean, there's no winning for that person either way.
Depends. It depends. Like if they really believe that the person is like crushed with guilt and they were blacked out drunk, or I truly do
not believe that ever goes away. And then anytime that your partner goes anywhere ever again, you're constantly worried that it's going to happen again. You now are living with this new sense of insecurity that you never would have had before.
That's fair. I think it would go away though. And let me tell you why I say this right now is I just watched, this is actually a completely different conversation. Like I just watched this documentary about this girl who was 19 years old. This is the worst story ever. She's like she had just gone to college. She was like fucking like, what do you call, honor roll, like whatever. Very good kid. She went to some bar in Louisiana and just got blacked out. Like she's blacked out drunk. Absolutely blacked out. They have like
footage.
They have footage of her stumbling around. Yeah. She was hanging out with these three guys and her friends left her there.
Nice.
And
friends.
So she ends up stranded. She asks the dudes for a ride home.
Oh no.
She's absolutely annihilated. She ends up in their car. They take her somewhere, and
nice dudes.
Two of the dudes sleep with her. Sleep with her.
Yeah.
And then they ended up dropping her off somewhere because she couldn't figure out where she lived. So they like dropped her off somewhere. And then as she's walking across the street, she gets hit by a car, gets killed.
Oh my God.
So they unraveled the whole night, and the fucking morons that were the guys, they ended up in their trial releasing a video that they took in the back seat of them talking to her, and to try to show like, oh, look how coherent she is.
And she's annihilated.
She's annihilated.
Wow.
And
nice defense, lawyer.
Well, they were like, because it's whatever.
So many.
Maybe it's terrible. I don't know, whatever. But like, I just know, like, it's not just girls that can get that drunk, like,
of course.
And like, if that's my girl and she's that wasted, and these guys, she doesn't know her fucking address.
Yeah.
She literally doesn't even.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, but by all standards, she was assaulted.
For sure.
That's not a voluntary, like, aha, like she was assaulted.
Agree.
So I think that's a completely different.
There is a level below that where they are kind of like, I don't know. Dude.
I don't know. I think there's as a woman, like
if it was my daughters, they're fucking done.
I think there's a very clear line. Like that was assault. That was not her making a decision. Especially if this is an honor roll student with a history of being, very responsible and probably doing the right thing most of her life. And then 2 guys in the back of a car, like that's not characteristic of her.
Kill them.
So.
Kill them.
Oh, for sure.
Kill them. Dude.
Those boys deserve the worst in the world.
Speaking of killing people who fuck with your kids, I saw this thing on Twitter today that's going around of this man and woman and their 2 kids that are 5 and 3. They're literally just walking down the street, just like us. Anytime they're one parent's holding hands with one kid, one parent's holding hands with the other kid, and this big fat lady rolls up and like goes up to the first one and goes up to the kid and just kind of goes on their face. Why? And they're like trying to figure out what happened. And they're like, what happened? And the kid's crying. And then she goes up and she had a knife. And so she like cut the kid's face. And then she goes after the second kid. And the dad rips the kid and like goes like this. And she's like, and then so the dad, the kids are okay. Dad goes and starts running at her and then stops because she's like this with a knife.
Yeah.
And I watched that video and I'm like,
how did it get caught on camera?
It was just like one of those like random like street security footage. And like a bunch of people who commented didn't even realize she had a knife. Like they were like, that dad's such a pussy. I mean, he is a pussy. Oh my God, dude. You hold a knife like this, I'm going to jump kick your chest. I'm going to run and jump. You think you're going to be able to stab me while I'm in the air? I'm going to jump kick your chest.
That's crazy.
Dies.
Where was this?
Dies. Is it? I think it was in Georgia, the country.
Oh, yikes.
I think. But like,
it's horrifying.
I watched that and I typed a few like responses that I was like too much.
Delete.
Too much. Hollow point face. Like.
Gosh.
Because in Texas, like that, you just.
Yeah.
Good night. But I don't know if that'd be enough. Like I might have to like.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'd probably just shoot her. It's insane.
This has been a very uplifting and inspiring video.
Yeah, we start with Benifer and we end up with kids getting their faces cut by schizophrenic women.
Yeah.
She got 10 years in prison for it. She's schizophrenic, the lady.
Okay, well, institutionalized forever.
Yeah, what's she gonna do when she get out? Can you explain why you stabbed the children in the face?
Nope, we'll probably do it again.
You're all, 10 years seems reasonable. You're all, are we in punishment mode?
Yeah. No, like this
seems like a danger to society.
Exactly.
Anyway,
you need to be in permanent timeout.
Yeah. Anyway, we got lots of other topics coming, so we're gonna wrap this up. We're going to Mexico next week, so we're gonna have to film a lot this week and then drop them while we're gone. So
it'll be fun.
Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 5,000.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.